I'm okay? Okay. Finding out that Ashy was on the spectrum honestly wasn't too much of a surprise for us, but still hearing the words definitely does have an impact, not just for us, but for his siblings and, other family members as well. We never actually saw Ashy as, special needs. He was just different and quirky, and it's learning how to adapt to help him feel like he's more part of the family rather than feel like he's on an outsider, sort of, not really fitting in with the family. Learning how to adapt to everyday life, work and all of that. Having a strong family to help support when there's, things like therapy sessions and that. It can be quite tricky trying to find time to put that extra effort in. So we make sure that we do things like routine. So, Ash has his routine. I've got all the other kids into a routine, and I'm now a sucker to make sure that I like to have my life in routine. Those sorts of things were challenging to start with, but now it just seems to be, day to day. So we have our set times, we have alarms set up around the house. I have numerous ones on my phone. We have Google Home that gives us cue cards, things like it's time for bed and that. Even just 5 minutes to stop and reassess and pull ourselves back into that right direction when it can be chaotic is definitely needed, especially when you have a house as full of owls. Ashton was just before he was 2 years old when we thought that he was a little different to his siblings. There is autism in the family, so we kind of knew how to pick up some of the little traits. And then it was waiting to get him into speech and OT, getting referrals. It can be quite daunting with the amount of people that you have to go and see this doctor, and then you're on waiting lists for quite a while. Then once we started OT and also speech therapy, the difference in him was amazing, not only just for him, but for us as a family as well, to better communicate and how to help Ash around the house. As a parent, your child gets upset, the first thing you want to do is make them feel better. And if your child can't express why they feel upset, because they don't know, it can be quite upsetting and daunting. So you feel stressed, so they'll pick up straight away, that you're feeling stressed, which makes it worse for them. But having her help us work out ways to understand him and for him to understand us as well. But it's little things like when they say some words, simple things like mum or something like that, and it makes you feel like you're doing the right thing, and all the work, and it can be quite difficult, and all of that just makes it seem like it's worthwhile for the simple thing like, him having friends or those sorts of skills, which other kids find quite easy. Someone like Ash used to find it quite difficult and would stay in his own little bubble, but now just is quite happy to let, anybody he trusts into his world. And for a kid on the spectrum, if they let you into his world, you take that as the biggest compliment, because they won't always let anybody in. Therapy sessions, it's only half an hour a week or an hour. It's not very much. So they teach you the strategies to use at home. The slightest little thing that they teach you, and you just make sure you try and remember yourself to implement it at home. And then once you see the difference it makes for them, and makes it easier for you, it makes it so much easier just to keep going, okay, what else can I do? Just a small thing that they recommend can make the biggest difference at home and make it a hell of a lot less stressful for not only them, but for you as well.